But yeah, like I said, last week I was in Vermont, and my boyfriend has his family's property up there, so it's like a nice little getaway. And I was away for um, over a week actually. And when I was away, I was like very out of my routine. And I'm sure that you guys have noticed that like when you travel yourself, it's, you know, you're not doing the things that you normally do. You're not eating the way that you normally eat, or maybe not doing the exercises that you normally do, or maybe there's the length of time is different. And every time I travel, or every time I'm just kind of taken out of my norm, I'm reminded how much I actually do like my routine, and how much I like the doing the things that I do. And it just reminds me how much we are humans of habit. You know, like by the end of the week, I was just kind of like, for lack of a better word, just like moody. And I was excited to just get back to doing my thing. And it kind of just reminds me how much we love comfort, and how much we love to like be in our little bubble in our comfort zone. And it's funny right now, like Nat Geo Wild is on our TV, the volume's all the way off. But before quarantine, I was in the Grand Canyon, and me and my friends did this backpacking trip, and it was like the most amazing trip. Miriam, I feel like you've heard about this trip now like a million times. But we had a guide with us, and he totally set everything up. We were able to chill while he was cooking. We had someone to show us how to set up our tents, how to like wear our backpack, what to pack, how to pack, like literally everything. And by the end of that trip, I was like, oh my God, like I want to like do this more. I want to go backpacking more and do all these things. And my roommate was like, if we want to do this more often, like we have to do it ourselves. And we have to learn to just be uncomfortable, figure it out. And so again, we were just watching this like Nat Geo Wild thing, and Jeremy was our guide's name. And I was like, oh, like I miss Jeremy. Like I want to go backpacking again. But, you know, she's like always reminding me, she's like, yeah, but like I want to do it alone. We have to like push ourselves outside of our comfort zone. And even just like the thought of it is like scary, but exciting. And as humans, again, like when we first entered into quarantine, we were pushed outside of our comfort zone, right? We were pushed outside of our routine. We were kind of forced to adjust to this. And now I personally feel like I'm once again falling into another routine, a new normal, a different kind of routine here in quarantine. And it's going to happen again, right? Once this is all over, however it's phased out, we're going to have to be entering into new normals. And it's a constant adjustment. It's a constant reminder that we have to push ourselves outside of our comfort zone. I mean, the yoga practice is just amazing for so many reasons, but this practice, it asks us to step outside of our comfort zone every time we get onto our mat. Right? Because the practice is different every time. We focus on a different element every time, a different pose every time. And so today, you know, just use it as a gentle reminder that yes, we are humans of habit. We like routines, at least I do. And use your practice today to just remind yourself that you can step out of habit. You can step out of routine. You can adjust to a new normal every moment, every day, every time. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to start in Sukhasana, seated cross-legged position. Cross your feet at the ankles, okay? And when you get to your seat in your space, wherever that is, place your hands onto your lap. Close the eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Take another deep breath in. Open the mouth, let it go. And now just take a nice steady breath. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing in, breathing out. Take a few more breaths right here. On your next inhale, bring your palms to meet in front of heart center in Anjali Mudra. Bow the chin towards the hands and towards your heart. And then start to flicker open the eyes. Take your hands on the ground next to you. Inhale, reach your hands up and over your head. So stretch them up to the sky. Twist to your right, bring your left hand to your right thigh and your right hand right behind you. Let your shoulders go down the back as you land into this twisted posture. Inhale to reach the crown of the head towards the sky. And as you exhale, bend the elbows a little bit so that you can really turn your body to face the right side of your room. Deep breath in. Exhale, twist again, bend the elbows a little bit. 2 more breaths. 1 more. Now inhale, come back to center. Switch the crossing of your legs, so just bring the opposite shin in front. Inhale, reach your hands up and over your head. Exhale, now twist to your left. Bring your right hand to your left thigh, your left hand behind you. Again, as you land, just bring the shoulders down the back. And then inhale, reach the crown of the head to the sky. And as you exhale, bend your elbows a little bit. I want you to bring the shoulder blades towards one another. Inhale, exhale. Take 2 more breaths. 1 more. Come back to center. Bring your hands on the ground in front of you. Come on out to a tabletop. So you'll come to your hands and shins. We'll take a few rounds of cow-cat. Inhale, lower the belly down towards the mat. Open up the chest and throat. Exhale to round your spine as you press the floor away, gaze at the belly. Inhale, lower the belly towards the mat. Bring your shoulder blades towards one another. Feel how that pulls the shoulders back away from your ears. Exhale to round your spine. 1 more time. Inhale, lower the belly down. Shoulder blades together, heart forward. And exhale to round. Come to a neutral spine now. Walk your hands forward a little bit. Walk your knees back a touch. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Start to lift your hips up and back. Once you land in downward facing dog, feel free to pedal out your feet. Shake the hips, shake your head, take whatever movements right here that you might need. And then just start to steady your movement in your downward facing dog. Take a nice inhale. Full exhale. Now inhale it out to a plank. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Now inhale out to plank. Exhale, lower your knees, shift forward, lower your belly all the way down to the mat. From here, point your toes on the mat, and you're gonna grip the sides of your mat. So actually hold onto the sides of your mat a little bit ahead of your shoulder, okay? Now firm your tailbone in so the tops of your thighs go down to the ground. And as you inhale, as if you're trying to pull the mat out from under you, I want you to peel your chest off the ground. Keep firming the tailbone in. On an exhale, you're gonna lower down a little bit. Again, inhale as if you're trying to drag the mat out from under you. Peel your heart off the mat. Exhale, lower down a little bit. Last time right here. Inhale to lift your chest up. Peel the chest away. Wrap the elbows in a little bit, and then you're going to hold here for a breath or two. Keep firming your tailbone in. Bring the shoulder blades together, and then let the tops of your shoulders move away from the earlobe. Take 1 more inhale. Exhale, lay the heart forward and down. Narrow your hands and feet. Plant your palms, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Inhale your right leg up to the sky. Bend your knee, open up your hips. Keep your shoulders squared this morning, okay? But I really want you to pull the heel in towards your glute. Now rise high to the ball of your left foot. Reach your right knee up to the sky a little bit higher. Take one more inhale. Exhale, bring the right knee to your nose and step the foot in between your hands. Lower your back knee down to the ground, untuck your toes. Climb your hands onto your front thigh. As you climb the hands up and peel the belly away from your thigh, I want you to firm your tailbone in and down. Bring your shoulder blades slightly together and then move the tops of your shoulders away from the ears and see if you can just lift the chest, the center of the chest towards the sky a little bit. And then one by one, bring your hands up to the ceiling. Can you keep that openness in the chest? Keep reaching the center of the chest slightly up towards the sky. Now circle your hands behind your low back. You can bend your elbows so that your hands can interlace, but then I want you to drive your knuckles down, straighten the arms, bring the shoulder blades even more together. That's going to bring you into a slight back bend here. One more inhale. Exhale to release your hands down to the mat. Now tuck your back toes and lift up your back knee. Keep your left hand down on the ground. Take your right hand up to the sky for a low lunge twist. Deep breath in. As you exhale, bring your right palm forward, shift your arm over your ear, and bring the hand down to the ground. High lunge, reach your hands up to the sky. Once you get here, it's okay if there's a soft bend in your back knee, so you can keep firming your tailbone in and reach the center of your chest up. Right? Again, finding just a slight back bend here. Now, one more inhale. As you exhale, start to hinge forward, fly the arms alongside your body. Ready? You're going to step right into a chair. So step your left foot up to meet your right foot. Keep your hands flying back behind you. Okay? Fingertips reaching back. Now join your hands together, interlace your fingers, drive your knuckles back so your arms will straighten, and now forward fold over your legs. Straighten your legs as much as you can as your knuckles go nice and high. We'll be here for a few breaths. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Keep trying to pull your knuckles away from your low back as much as you can. One more inhale. Exhale to lower your hands down to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Press your hands into your legs. Extend your heart forward. Exhale to fold over your legs. Now inhale, arms wide and up to the sky, Urdhva Hasana. Tadasana, mountain pose, arms right by your side. Inhale, arms wide and up to the sky, Urdhva Hasana. Exhale, arms wide and down to the ground, Uttanasana. Inhale, right foot to the back of your mat, low lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale it out to a plank. Exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Maybe knees first, maybe one straight line. This time, inhale, lift your chest for a low cobra. Just hold your low cobra. Feet and hands can stay narrow, but keep firming your tailbone in. Keep bringing your shoulder blades together. One more inhale. Exhale, lay the heart forward and down. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg nice and high to the sky. Bend your knee, so really bring the heel in towards your butt, and then take your knee up towards the sky. Keep your shoulders squared this morning. Now, rise high to the ball of your right foot. Lift your left knee a little bit higher. One more inhale. Exhale, bring your left knee towards your nose and step the foot in between your hands. Lower your back knee down to the ground. Untuck your toes. Climb your hands onto your front thigh. As you climb your hands up, firm your tailbone in, right? And then pull your shoulder blades back and let the shoulders move away from your ears so that the neck can be nice and long. As you do that, feel how the center of the chest wants to move upwards a little bit. Reach your hands one by one up to the sky. Keep the center of the chest lifting. Now circle your hands behind your low back. Try to bring the opposite thumb on top. You can bend the elbows to interlace, but then drive your knuckles down. Try to straighten out the arms as much as you can. feel how that brings the shoulder blades back even more. Again, you come into that slight back bending position. One more inhale. Exhale to release your hands down to the mat, frame the front foot. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, keep your right hand on the ground. Inhale, left hand goes high to the sky for a low lunge twist. Take a deep breath in. Exhale to bring your left palm forward, shift your arm over your ear, and bring the hand down to the mat. High lunge. It's okay if there's a soft bend in your back leg, reach the hands way up to the sky. Firm the tailbone in, reach the fingertips up. Again, you might come into a slight back bend as the center of the chest moves upward a little bit. Now, take an inhale. Exhale, hinge forward. Fly the arms alongside your body, and you're going to step right into a chair plane, we'll call it, right? So step your right foot up, keep your fingertips reaching back, and then bring your hands together. So really bring the shoulder blades together so the arms will come together. Interlace, drive your knuckles back, straighten the arms, and then straighten out your legs as you fold over the legs. Knuckles go nice and high. Inhale. Exhale, drive the knuckles up to the sky, pull them away from the low back as much as you can. One more inhale. Exhale to release your hands down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to your shins, heart forward. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, arms wide and up to the sky, Urdhva Hasana, Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, sweep your hands up and over the head. Arms go wide. And as you exhale, arms wide and down to the ground, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, left foot to the back of your mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale it out to a plank. Exhale all the way down to the ground. One breath. Inhale, lift the chest, low cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Start to take small steps up to the top of your mat where your feet will come all the way up to meet your hands. No rush. Once your feet do reach your hands, just hang for a few breaths in a fold. See if you can allow the muscles of your neck to relax, allow the muscles of your face to relax. Now inhale, halfway lift, hands to your shins, extend your heart forward, and exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, arms wide and up to the sky, Urdhva Hasana, Tadasana, mountain pose. Now inhale, sweep your hands up and over the head, Urdhva Hasana. Exhale, forward fold over your legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, right foot to the back of your mat, low lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now inhale it out to a plank. If you're ready, exhale halfway, chaturanga. Inhale through upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up to the sky. Exhale your right foot through in between your hands. Inhale into a high lunge, reach the hands up. Exhale, hinge forward, arms alongside your body, left foot up to meet your right into that chair plane. Inhale, sweep your hands forward and up, Urdhva Hasana. Exhale, arms go wide and down to the ground, Uttanasana. Inhale, left foot to the back of your mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, left foot in between the hands. Inhale, high lunge, reach the hands up. Exhale, hinge forward into that chair plane, right foot up to meet your left. Inhale, arms sweep up to the sky, Urdhva Hasana. Exhale, arms wide and down to the ground, Uttanasana. Inhale, right foot to the back of your mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to your plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot high to the sky. Exhale, right foot in between the hands. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale into that chair plane, left foot up to meet your right. Inhale, arms forward and up, Urdhva Hasana. Exhale, arms wide and down to the ground, Uttanasana. Inhale, left foot to the back of your mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale it out, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high to the sky. Exhale, left foot in between the hands. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, chair plane, right foot up to meet your left. Inhale, arms sweep up to the sky, Urdhva Hasana. Exhale, arms wide down to the ground, Uttanasana. Inhale, right foot to the back of your mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale it out to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now stay and breathe right here in down dog. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Bring your big toes to touch. Walk them up slightly. Inhale, bend the knees. Look between your hands. At the bottom of your exhale, walk or hop your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms high to the sky, Urdhva Hasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, left foot to the back of your mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale it out to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay and breathe right here. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the big toes together. Walk them up slightly. Inhale, bend the knees. Look between your hands. At the bottom of your exhale, walk or hop your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms high to the sky, Urdhva Hasana. Last time, forward fold over the legs, Uttanasana. Now inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your palms, hop or walk back to downward facing dog. Land nice and softly. Inhale it out to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now stay and breathe in your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. One more inhale. Full exhale. Let's build our sequence. Inhale, right leg high to the sky. Step your right foot through in between your hands. Inhale into a high lunge. Reach the hands up. Again, it's okay if there's a soft bend in your back knee. I want you to firm your tailbone in. Reach the center of the chest up. Keep that lift. Circle your hands behind your low back and interlace your fingers. As you inhale, straighten your arms and straighten your front leg, and then pivot to your left, all 10 toes to the left side of the room. Warrior two, legs to the front, open up the right hip, right toes. Again, I want you to keep the interlace for a moment, firm your tailbone in, but reach your knuckles away from your low back. Now, warrior two, open up your arms. For today, I want you to feel a slight pinching of your shoulders, a slight movement of your pinkies back behind you. Inhale, straighten out your front leg, triangle pose, Trikonasana. Hinge forward a little bit. Bring your left hand to your shin and your right hand straight up to the sky. Can you keep firming the tailbone in, right? But keep pinching the shoulder blades together as you rotate the center of the chest to the ceiling. Bring your left arm over your ear. Get nice and long in the left side of your body. One more inhale. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Hands down, step back. Option now, inhale it out to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg high to the sky. Step your left foot through it in between your hands. Inhale into a high lunge. Okay, or it's okay if there's a soft bend in the back knee. Again, firm your tailbone and lift the center of the chest. Now keep that lift as you circle your hands behind your low back and interlace the fingers. Straighten out your arms, drive the knuckles away and straighten your front leg. Pivot to your right, all 10 toes to the right side of the room. Warrior two, legs to the front. Open up the left hip, left toes as you sink the hips. Let the hips get heavy. Firm the tailbone in, right? But keep driving your knuckles away. Now, warrior two, as you open up your arms. Again, slight pinching of the shoulders and then pull the shoulders down your back so that the tops of your shoulders are away from the earlobes. Inhale, straighten your front leg, triangle. Left hand to your shin. Right hand reaches up to the sky. Bring your right palm forward and shift your arm over your ear. Take an inhale. Downward facing dog. As you exhale, hands down, step back. Option, inhale it out to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg high to the sky. Exhale your right foot through in between your hands. Inhale into a high lunge, reach the hands up. As you exhale, circle your hands behind your low back, interlace your fingers. Inhale, straighten the arms, straighten your front leg, pivot to your left. Now warrior two, legs to the front of the room, open up the right hip, right toes, and then fly your arms away, land into that warrior two. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, triangle pose. Right hand onto your shin. Left hand goes high to the sky. Now a little bit different, right? Keep firming that tailbone in as you rotate the center of the chest up. Bring your left hand to the back of your space now. So reach it back. Flip your palm around to face the opposite side wall. Pull your arm bone back. So pull that shoulder blade in towards your spine for a half bind. Bend your elbow. The back of your hand is going to come towards your right hip crease. You might be able to sneak your fingers around towards the inner thigh. Keep pinching the shoulder blades together as you start to turn your gaze up. We're going to keep this half bind. Inhale into a peaceful warrior. Bend your front knee. Sweep the right arm up and back. Keep the half bind. Extended side angle with your bind or half bind. Forearm onto your thigh. Bend deeply into your front knee. But again, firm your tailbone in. You can use your hand as a reminder to firm your tailbone in. Pull the shoulder blades together as you look up. Now, bring your left hand again to the back of your space. Fly it back behind you. Rise it up, warrior two. Inhale, flip the front palm, full peaceful warrior. Sweep it up and back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Place your hands onto the ground, frame the foot, and step back. Option, inhale it out to a plank. Exhale into a chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg nice and high to the sky. Exhale the left foot through in between your hands. Inhale into your high lunge, reach your hands up. And as you exhale, circle your hands behind your low back, interlace those fingers. Inhale, straighten the arms, straighten your front leg. Pivot to your right, keep the interlace. Now warrior two, legs to the front of the room. Open up the left hip, left toes. Drive your knuckles away from your low back and then fly your hands away from one another, warrior two. Inhale, straighten your front leg, triangle, left hand down to your shin. Right hand reaches up. Now keep firming the tailbone in, right? Keep the gaze in the center of the chest going towards the side wall. And then take your right hand to the back of your space. Flip your palm around to face the opposite side wall. Pull the arm bone back for a half bind. Bend your elbow. The back of your hand is going to come towards your left hip crease. Maybe the fingers will sneak inside the inner thigh. Pull your shoulder blades together so that you can really create space for the center of the chest to move up. Now keep your half bind. Inhale, bend your front knee. Peaceful warrior with this left hand. Sweep it up and back. Exhale into side angle with your half bind, forearm onto your thigh. Now, once you get here, again, I want you to firm the tailbone in. Use your hand as a reminder. You can really get the left hip underneath your body as well. Pinch your shoulder blades together so that your chest can start to move up. Now, bring your right hand to the back of your space. Reach it back as you're reaching for someone's hand. Rise it up, warrior two. Press into your feet. Inhale, flip the front palm, full peaceful. Sweep it up and back. Exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Downward facing dog, step it back. Option, inhale it out to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more time. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right foot through in between your hands. Inhale into your high lunge. Exhale, circle the hands behind your low back, interlace. Inhale, drive your knuckles down, straighten your front leg, pivot to the left. Warrior two, legs to the front of the room. Open up the right hip, right toes. Now fly your arms away from one another, warrior two. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, triangle pose. Right hand to the shin, left hand goes up. Let's take the half bind. Bring your left hand to the back of your space. Flip your palm around. Move the shoulder blade towards your spine when you bend the elbow and come into the half bind. Keep your half bind. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Bend your front knee. Sweep it up and back with this right hand. Now listen carefully. We go into that side angle pose, either hand on the outside of your shin or your forearm onto your thigh. If you have a block nearby or some sort of support that you want to place your hand onto, go ahead and use that support. Okay, pinch your shoulder blades more together. Take the center of the chest up. And then from here, move your left hand onto your hip. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. So look down, hop your back foot in a little bit. Move your right hand forward as you start to shift forward and lift your left foot up. Now, really try to rotate your right hip underneath the body. Keep firming the tailbone in so that your hips are in line with the rest of your body. And then slowly you can bring this left hand way up to the sky. Maybe the gaze will go up. Can you take your shoulders away from your earlobes? One more inhale. Bring your left arm over your ear and down to the mat, low lunge. Place your hand down, place your foot down. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot back to meet your left. Side plank on your left. Place the outer blade of your left foot onto the mat. Try to stack your feet as you lift your right hand up to the sky. Bring your right palm forward, shift your arm over your ear. One more inhale. Step wide, downward facing dog as you exhale. Inhale the left leg high to the sky. Last time. Exhale, left foot through in between your hands. Inhale into your high lunge. Exhale, circle your hands behind your low back, interlace. Inhale, straighten the arms, straighten your front leg, pivot to your right. And then warrior two, legs to the front of the room. Open up the left hip, left toes. Fly your arms away, warrior two. Inhale, straighten your front leg, and exhale, triangle. Left hand to shin, right hand goes up. Now bring your right hand to the back of your space, flip your palm around, half bind, right? Take the arm bone back, shoulder blade towards the spine as you bend your elbow. Bring the back of your hand towards the left hip crease. Keep that half bind. Inhale, peaceful, bend your front knee, sweep it up and back. Now extended side angle with your hand either on the outside of your shin or forearm to your thigh, right? One side might be a little bit different than the other. I definitely have a harder time reaching the floor right here. Okay, again, if you have a support, you can use it, but my hands are even hovering. Now move your right hand onto your hip. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Look down, hop your back foot halfway up, shift your left hand forward as you shift forward. Right foot floats up, right hand goes up. Again, I want you to focus on rotating this left hip underneath your right hip. You keep firming your tailbone in as you extend your right leg back. Right hand can float up to the sky if it's not there already. One more inhale. Now bring your right arm over your ear. Low lunge as you exhale, hand down, foot down. Downward facing dog. Step your left foot back to meet your right. Side plank on your right. Press the outer blade of your right foot down and stack your feet. Move the left hand up to the sky. Hold right here in that side plank. Now move your left hand forward, shift your arm over your ear. One more inhale. Downward facing dog as you exhale, step nice and wide. Just take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, right leg goes up. Let's switch it up. Exhale your right foot through in between your hands. Warrior one this time. Spin your back heel down at 45 degrees, okay? Bend your front knee as you reach your hands up. Now, in this pose, right, we want to focus on firm your tailbone in, right? You're gonna feel like you're kind of squeezing your glutes a little bit, but then I want you to press this left thigh bone back behind you, okay? Use that stability in the lower body to really reach the center of your chest up to the ceiling. Now inhale, straighten your front leg. Can you reach up a little bit higher? Maybe even slightly start to back bend right here, and then re-bend your front knee, right? So you might be in that back bending shape. Really firm the tailbone in. Reach the center of the chest up. Start to tip it up. Now circle your hands behind your low back. Interlace your fingers. Inhale, drive your knuckles down. Reach the center of the chest up even higher. Now start to hinge forward, right? You'll start to come out of that back bend. You're gonna stay about halfway, okay? When you say lift it in your chest, keep driving your knuckles back so there's opposition with your hands and your chest. Now spin your back heel up, warrior three. Hop your back foot in halfway, and then start to shift forward, forward, forward as you lift your left foot off the ground. And again, I want you to feel this opposition between your heart, your knuckles, and your toes. So your knuckles and your toes go back as the center of the heart reaches forward. Take one more inhale. Hands to the mat, low lunge as you exhale. Downward facing dog. Now walk your toes back about 2-3 inches. Inhale, come forwards, up and over your toes, right into upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, your left foot through in between your hands. Warrior one. Back heel down, again, 45 degrees, arms come up to the sky. Now, firm your tailbone in, right? But press your right thigh bone back. Keep firming the tailbone in as you lift the center of your chest up to the sky. You can slightly start to tip it back. Now inhale, straighten your front leg. Can you reach the fingertips up a little bit higher? Start to take that C shape with your spine as you start to look up slightly. Keep that as you re-bend your front knee. Now circle your hands behind your low back, interlace the fingers. Drive your knuckles down towards the mat, down towards that back thigh. Now as you exhale, hinge forward. You'll come out of that back bending position slowly. Stop about halfway. Feel the opposition in your body between your chest and your knuckles as they reach towards the back of the room. Now, spin your back heel up. Warrior three, see if you can keep the interlace. Hop your back foot in a little bit. Shift forward as you float your right foot up. Again, find that opposition in the body. It's okay if this left knee is bent a little bit, okay? Drive your heart forward as your knuckles and your right toes extend back. One more inhale. Hands to the mat, low lunge as you exhale. Downward facing dog. Walk your toes back 2-3 inches. Right, if you have to do this one foot at a time, that's okay. It's eventually you move to both feet at the same time. Inhale, come forwards, up and over your toes, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now, start to take small steps up to the top of your mat where your feet will come up to meet your hands. You can land in a forward fold. Walk your feet closer together. Bring the inner edges of your feet to touch. As you inhale, chair pose. Bend your knees as you reach your hands up to the sky. It's okay today if your arms are a little bit wider so that you can find a little bit of freedom in the center of your chest. Try to take your tailbone slightly down, but lift the chest up a little bit more. And then on your next breath, just stand up nice and tall, Tadasana, mountain pose. So for this balancing pose, we're going to come into Ardha Chopasana. If you have a block, a book, something nearby that you can use under your hand, go ahead and grab it. You're going to place it up near the top right corner of your mat, okay? If you have a block, I would suggest having it on the high setting or the medium setting, okay? So whatever you do have, just try and work with it to the best of your ability. You're going to be about 12 inches behind the block and then the block is on a diagonal from your pinky toe. So you're in the center of the mat. The block is off to the right-hand corner. Bring your hands onto your hips. Now, already when you land in this position, can you firm your tailbone slightly in, right? Bring the shoulders away from the earlobe, and then bring the shoulder blades slightly together on the back, right? Not so much that the ribs are jutting forward, but just enough that you feel this slight extension of your heart. Now, take your left foot towards the back of your mat. Point your toes on the mat. And then I want you to take your left hand down by your side, okay? From here, keeping all of that, all that work that we just did with the tailbone and the shoulders and the chest, keep that as you do a hamstring curl with your left foot. Bring the heel towards your butt, and then you're gonna reach back. And I want you to reach back and really grab onto the outer edge of your foot. Do so by back bending, not so much bringing the knee forward, okay? I want you to grab onto the foot. Once you do, you're gonna come back to that center. Again, firm the tailbone in, lift the heart. Bring your right hand up to the sky. Now, inhale. As you exhale, begin to hinge forward. It's okay if there's a soft bend in this right knee. Hinge forward, forward, forward. Heel can stay towards your butt. The elbow can be a little bit bent at first. Once you get about parallel to the ground, you're gonna bring your right hand down to your block, okay? Once your hand gets down, rotate your right hip underneath the body, so underneath the left hip, as you start to revolve your heart towards the left side of the room. Keep doing that. You can revolve your right shoulder underneath the body as well. I want you to pull your shoulder blades together. Now, once you get facing the side of your room, you can start to kick the heel away from your butt, but keep firming your tailbone in. Your arm will extend. The center of your chest will go towards the side wall that you're facing, while your foot will go back behind you. So there's this opposition in the body. Now, if you have the foot, just come to Ardha Chandrasana. Release your foot, release your hand up to the sky. Low lunge. Lower your hand, lower your foot. Lower your back knee, untuck your toes. Bring your right hand onto your thigh. Reach your left hand forward so that your bicep is next to your ear. You're really long in the body. Inhale. Exhale, twist to your right. Hook your left elbow to the outside of your thigh. Bring your right palm on top of the left. You can stay, or you're going to tuck your back toes and lift up the back knee. Maybe your arms will extend away from one another. If you do that, wherever you are, can you keep the collarbones broad while still bringing the shoulders away from your ears? Sometimes we get really congested in the neck area. One more inhale. Hands to the mat as you exhale. Straighten your front leg and then walk your hands, pivot your feet to the left. Wide leg forward fold. Press your heels down as you walk your hands forward. So forward, forward, forward. I want you to find some extension in the sides of your body, but keep pressing your heels down. Again, so you just find this opposition in the body. Hands going forward, hips going back. And then walk your hands towards your, or underneath your shoulders. Walk the hands, pivot the feet to the front of the room, okay? So for this one, I want you to fold the right side of your mat, and you're gonna lower your back knee down to the ground once again, but I want you to fold it or lower your back knee on top of the folded mat, okay? Walk your hands up to your front thigh as you come into a crescent lunge shape. Now, instead of taking your hands up, right, I want you to keep firming your tailbone in. I want you to reach your hands back this time. So reach them back behind you. Try to pull the heads of your shoulders away from the ears. Even there, I kind of got a little scrunched up in my shoulders. Reach your hands back and interlace your fingers behind your low back. Now, I want you to find a back bending shape. So firm your tailbone in as you lift the center of the chest up. You might stay right here, or you're gonna start to bend your back knee and see if you can slip your interlaced hands around your foot. Once you do, I want you to firm the tailbone in, gently let the foot go back into your hands as the arms will extend. That will pull your shoulder blades together and that will reach the center of the chest up. Just maybe. right? One more inhale. Now, if you have the foot, gently let go, hands down to the ground. You can release the fold of your mat. Just lift your back knee up, and then we're just gonna step your left foot up to meet your right, okay? Once you get up, just lengthen out your spine, and exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up to the sky, Urdhva Hasana, Tadasana, mountain pose. Now take your support, if you have one, just over to the left side of your mat. We're gonna do all that again. Hands onto the hips. Take your right foot, reach it back behind you, point the toes, and then see if you can firm the tailbone in, shoulder blades back, heart forward. From here, right hand down by your side, do a hamstring curl as you pull this right knee towards, or right heel towards your butt. See if you can grab the outer edge of your ankle by reaching back, not pulling the knee forward, okay? Once you have it, and again, it might be a work in progress, you're gonna take your left hand up to the sky, start to hinge forward, right? So forward, forward, forward. Again, you can keep the heel close to the butt, right? Knee can be bent, this elbow can be bent a little bit. Reach forward, forward, forward. Feel the heart reaching forward. And then when you're about halfway, you're gonna take your left hand down to the ground. I gotta adjust my block a little bit. Once your hand is down, start to get your left hip underneath the body. So you gotta really firm your tailbone in, firm the left hip in as you start to revolve to the right side of the room. Once your belly button gets to the right side of the room, right? Now you can start to kick your heel away from your butt into your hand. That will extend your arm. That will pull your shoulder blades more together. And that will really allow the front side of the body to find a little bit of freedom. If you have this foot, gently let go, half moon, and then come down to the ground, low lunge. Lower back knee down, untuck your toes. Hand to the left hand to thigh, right hand forward. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. Hook your right elbow to the outside of the thigh. Bring the palms on top of one another. Either stay or tuck the back toes and then lift up the back knee. Do whatever you did on the other side, okay? So if you had your hands together, keep them together. If you extend your arms away, extend them away, right? Maybe play, experiment. One more inhale. Hands to the mat as you exhale. Straighten your front leg, walk the hands, pivot the feet to your right, wide leg, forward fold. Again, let's find that opposition in the body. Press your heels down, thighs back, hips back, hands go forward. One more breath. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Walk the hands, pivot the feet forward. So we're in low lunge. You're gonna take the right side of your mat and just fold it in and lower your back knee onto the folded portion of your mat. Walk your hands up onto your front thigh so that you enter into that Anjaneyasana position. And already you can really firm your tailbone in, like slightly press the glutes forward. And you can start to bring the shoulder blades together, right? Heads of the shoulders away from the ears as you start to lift the center of the chest. Now bring your hands back behind you. Interlace the fingers, maybe bring the opposite thumb on top. I don't even know which one I had on top, to be honest. Drive your knuckles back, find that back bending shape, and maybe you start to bend your back knee, do that hamstring curl, and perhaps you can slip your interlaced hands around your foot. If you do, then you gently let the foot fall back into your hands, let the arms extend, let the shoulder blades come together as the center of the heart starts to peek up towards the sky. Take one more inhale. Release the foot if you have it. Bring your hands down to the ground. You can lift up your back knee, release the fold of your mat. And then you're gonna, lift it up. Step your right foot up to meet your left. Just step it up. You can lift your spine when you get there. And then fold over your legs. Inhale all the way up, Urdhva Hasana. Go all the way down, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Bend your knees, plant your palms, hop or walk back, downward facing dog. Inhale it out to a plank, child's pose. Lower your shins, sit your hips back. Now look forward towards your thumbs, and then you're going to pull yourself forward onto your belly. From here, let your chest go down, let your arms come alongside your body, let your toes point on the mat. You can bring a cheek to the mat. And then from here, take your chin onto the ground. Now, already firm your tailbone in, point your toes so that your legs are nice and long. We're gonna come into a locust pose. So as you inhale, lift your chin, shoulders, arms, hands off the ground, reach them back behind you. Pull your shoulder blades together, and then lift your legs up. Fly the toes back, lift your thighs up, keep firming the tailbone in. Keep driving your hands back so that the heads of your shoulders are away from the ears. Take one more inhale. Exhale all the way down to the ground. You can take the opposite cheek to the mat if that's where you were. And then bring your chin to the mat. So now we're going to progress to bow. Okay, so bend your knees or do a hamstring curl. I want you to get the heels as close to your butt as you can. When you do that, right, notice the tendency for the hips to lift. Mine just did that. I want you to firm your tailbone in, okay? We're gonna work with the upper body after this, okay? So as you inhale, lift your chin, shoulders, arms, hands off the ground. Already you're kind of in this back bending shape. Now, see if on another big inhale, you can lift up a little bit higher, grab the outer edges of your feet. Maybe one at a time, maybe both at the same time perhaps. Okay, now you have your feet. So gently let the feet kick into your hands, right? As if they're gonna fall away. Let that lift your chest, right? Shoulder blades together. Keep pulling the shoulders away from your ears. And then I want you to pull your feet in towards your butt. Reach them up as well so that your thighs will start to lift. And you enter into this bow pose, Dhanurasana, okay? Take the gaze forward. Keep the neck nice and long. One more inhale. Exhale, release all the way down. Lower your thighs, release the feet, let the legs go long. Cheek to the mat. We're gonna do this one more time, okay? Take your chin to the ground. Do that hamstring curl, so double hamstring curl, heels in towards the butt. Now here, see if you can, keep the legs closer to one another. They don't have to be touching, right? But just try to not have them splayed out, okay? Firm your tailbone in, and then as you inhale, start to lift the upper body, chest, shoulders, arms, hands, right? You're reaching back. On another big breath, can you lift up a little bit higher? Grab the outer edges of the feet, maybe one at a time, maybe both at the same time. Once you do, right, let the feet kick into your hands. Let that pull the chest up, and then pull the feet in and up as you lift your thighs. Right? Keep doing that. Keep finding the opposition in the body. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down. Now you can bend your knees and just a windshield wiper the legs from side to side. Now from here, you're just gonna turn over onto your back. So you can let your legs go long, you can stay right where you are. Just turn over to face the ceiling. Once you get here, you can keep your knees bent. Let your feet go wide and let your knees knock in. Bring your hands on top of your belly and just take a few deep breaths. Now hug your right knee towards your chest. Give it a nice tight squeeze. Extend your left leg long on your mat. Start to take a twist. So you're going to take your right knee into your left hand and you're going to bring the leg over your body as you let your knee fall over. Extend your right hand out to the right side of the room. And once you get here, just take a few breaths. Deep breath in and full breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Now come back to center. From here, you're going to bend your left knee, place the sole of your foot on the ground, and then release your right foot onto the ground. Opposite. Now hug your left knee to the chest. Give it a nice tight squeeze. Extend your right foot forward on your mat. And now you're going to take a twist. So take your left knee into your right hand and let the knee cross the body. Turn over onto your side. Bring your left hand out to the left side of the room. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Come back to center. Hug the left knee to the chest. Now keep your left knee hugging in. You're going to hug the right knee in as well so that both legs are hugging in. And finally, we'll take a happy baby. Feet towards the sky. Either grab your hamstrings or grab the outer edges of your feet. Take one more breath in. And as you exhale, gently release your feet, release your legs long onto your mat. Take your arms alongside your body. Gently close your eyes. Shavasana. Now just begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes and drop your head from side to side. When you're ready, you can bend your knees, place the soles of your feet onto the mat, and turn over onto your right side. Start to press your way up to a nice tall seat towards the front of your space, wherever that may be. Once you get up to your tall seat, bring your hands to meet in front of heart center. Take your thumbs and bring them towards your sternum, but then lift your sternum up to meet your thumb. Take a bow with your hands and towards your heart, sealing in all of your efforts here today. We'll end our class with a big breath together. Deep breath in and sigh it out. Open up the eyes. Namaste.